Everybody, we're going to be playing a first attempt at the new rules for GHB 2025-2026. Kind of a mongoloid connection here, playing with old points and some of the new rules, everything we have so far. I'm going to be playing Stormcast Eternals. It's going to be a 2-drop. Yndrasta is the general because she has to be. Coupled with the Knight-Azyros, using the old model, just because that's what I have. A reinforced unit of Prosecutors, a reinforced unit of Reclusians, 1 unit of Vigilors. Second regiment's going to be Bastian, because I like him. It's going to have the Stormcoven, a reinforced unit of Vanquishers, and 1 more unit of Vigilors. Taking as our manifestation, the Krondspine Incarnate. And I have my terrain piece. For my artifacts, might as well use the new ones because they seem kind of good. From Scourge of Ghyran. Both of them, artifact and heroic trait, are going to be on the Knight-Azyros. I'm going to have legendary tenacity for once he dies, he can come back. And I'm going to have the banner of Sigmar because it just seems kind of good to turn off an objective for the enemy. So that's going to be my list, right at 2,000 points with the old points. And we'll see how it goes for our first game.
Alright, here we are again, guys. We've got another battle report for you. It's been a while. We're going to be doing the GHB 2025, the Scourge of Ghyran. We're going to use the old points because we're just excited to try out the rules. I got Spiderfang. Spiders for the first time here for me. Gloomspite Horde formation for 3 units at the end of the turn to be able to make a pile-in move. Do D3 2 up on a D3 mortals. First regiment, gonna have the general, the yellow Shaman on Arachnarok. He'll have -1 to hit artifact and Loontouched for +1 to cast. Heroic trait. We'll have a flinger with him because I like artillery and monsters, and a war party. 10 spider riders with him. Second regiment, another Shaman with 30 Spider Riders, 3 units of 10. And the Morbid Conjuration Manifestations coming in 1920. This is it. Something creepy. Alright guys, today we're going to be doing the Bountiful Equinox battle plan from the Scourge of Ghyran. This one's we're just trying to start off pretty simple here. So the underdog gets the once per battle, heal 3 to each unit, friendly and enemy contesting a target objective. It's got 5 objectives, 4 pieces of wildwood obscuring, and 4 places of power. You get 5 points for controlling 1 objective, 3 points for controlling 2 or more, and then if you own 3, so like the one in the middle and the 2 on the long side, you'll get an additional 2 points. Here's our deployment. We got spiders across the whole line of the battlefield. We're within 3 inches of this place of power rock, and within 3 inches of this place of power rock. As my battle tactic cards, I took the Scouting Force and the Relentless Approach, I think is what it's called. So all of our Spider Riders will be relentlessly scout units. Got some casty boys over here.
Yeah, I got what you see is what you get. I did my pregame move with Bastian, and intentionally put these guys outside of 1 inch of the terrain so that their range isn't halved. And then, I got Yndrasta and a unit of Vigilors in the sky, because that seemed like the right thing to do.
And what's your battle tactic cards?
Battle tactic cards 1 and 6, Attuned to Ghyran, and Masters of the Path. So that's kind of the general idea, is to try to get this new seize the center. This is going to be my turn 1.
Nice. Okay, I finished dropping first, and we'll give you first turn.
Yay!
Stormcast,
Yeah.
turn 1.
So shooting phase, turn 1 for Stormcast Eternals. I call down Yndrasta and my Vigilors. All attack with them. Put some shots into the Shaman there in general. Got some through, so I got my net +1 to hit. Yndrasta threw her spear at 2s and 2s, factoring in the -1 to hit from his artifact. And it would have been 3s and 2s, and got the 8 damage through with her spear, double damage against monsters. Bastian, and I haven't played with these guys much I thought it was a 12-inch shooting, but it's actually 10, so only the front guys could shoot them. Did a few damage. Bastian put a few more shots into them as well, and Vigilors split fire here and there. And yeah, that's the end of the shooting phase. I considered throwing the Reclusians in, but I think they need to just hang back as a QRF for later. And failed all my casting in the hero phase. I don't know if I said that earlier.
No,
I successfully completed my battle tactics so far, unless something crazy happened. And going into the charge phase.
I tried a magical intervention to get the sun out because he's +2 to cast, and we failed. We did activate the place of power because it's the new cool thing, and we didn't end up using it because we didn't need anything. But we do have 10 wounds on our general, so that's very disconcerting. Charge phase.
Oh. Okay, 15 points for the turn. Scored my 1 battle tactic for the new Seize the Center. Almost killed this unit and failed every single one of my saves with Yndrasta against the monster. And yeah, she just died. You got the fight first off with the rampage. And yeah, that was unexpected and very annoying.
You retreated with these guys?
Yeah, I got my 3-up off with the Azyros to pull them back. Their 12-inch move.
Yeah, I somehow that the rampage that I've been talking trash about for the infantry hero 3-up strike class, we ended up getting that off, and that gave us the chance, and somehow dice rolled in our favor substantially.
I failed every single one of my saves and every single one of my ward saves except for 2, but it didn't matter because she was dead anyway.
And this guy got 1 hit through 2, so somehow. Okay, so going into Spider's turn 1. And we picked the phase of the moon we picked was the one before, the one to the south. So no, it's not affecting the spiders yet because we didn't know how much we'd need that for the first battle round. So we can still try and advance it with a cast. But here we go. Okay, here we are, end of the movement phase for the spiders. We did get our bad portents cast off, so we moved the move from the Skulkin to the Crackling, so we got our mortals on 5-ups now. We did get the sun off. We activated the place of power here. Oh no, we tried to activate the place of power, but our 1-inch redeploy we got last turn moved us outside of range to be able to activate it. So we rallied and we got a whopping 1 wound healed. So we're not bracketed anymore, but we still have 9 wounds on us. We moved up all of these spiders, ran these guys way over here, and we're just going to try and put some damage on and see what happens. Going into the shooting phase for the spiders. Alright, here we are, end of spiders, turn 1. We killed the 2-hand sword guys somehow. Vanquishers. We did lots of inconsequential shooting and didn't make it into charge with any of the big spiders. We didn't roll over a 6 to charge. He rolled a 4 and couldn't make it in. We had re-rolled to try and get this guy in for the extra mortals and stuff. But we did complete our battle tactic on one of our cars to take an objective that was held by an opponent. And this guy survived with 1 wound, and he's worth 2, and he took that. And we took the center from Bastian there. So we're going to be scoring 15 points. 15, 15, going into turn 2. I got a 5 somehow.
I got a 6.
Got a 6. Nice.
I'll take
Hey, Stormcast, Golden Boys, turn 2.
Top of turn 2, Stormcast Eternals took the turn. I spent a command point to return these guys. I have strength. I teleported my Reclusians through. They have 5+ ward for the sub-faction. I finest houred my Prosecutors. And everything shot. I got the +1 to hit through to him from the Vigilors. And Bastian whiffed. We did some decent amount of damage onto the general there, which you rallied previously to all that.
He's got 3 wounds left. Healed only 2.
Yeah, end of the shooting phase, going into the charge phase. end of turn 2 for Stormcast. As is tradition, my primes just evaporate. I failed to roll any wards with Bastian, and he just got popped to mortal damage in the center.
Yeah,
That's the highlight for me.
7 mortals from the Spider Riders somehow.
Irritating. I did kill this little lone dude here. I killed this little lone dude here. Took this objective for piling in. Killed the general and took the skull with it. And rolled the 3 up at the end of the phase for my prosecutors, which redeployed over there. And I did 12 damage. I did pop Finest Hour on the prosecutors during that charge phase just to ensure that we killed the general, because that was worth my battle tackle. And these guys had the 5-up ward and they weathered it well. Lost 1 dude, but yeah. Kind of really disappointed in Yndrasta and Bastian for just evaporating. Looking decent on this side of the table, but this side of the table is looking like I'm about to get destroyed. He's got a lot more than I do. Hoping for the best.
I think it's just the big footprints.
Scored 13 points.
13 points, 28-15. It's going into Spiders. All right, here we are, end of the charge phase for Spiders. Turn 2, bottom of turn 2. We retreated out our war party. Took 3 mortals, so he's alive with 1 wound left. Wonderful. We charged in after shooting over here with these Spider Riders. Killed 1 guy. Charged in over here after shooting. Killed 1 guy. Charged in our Shaman. Charged in our Flinger. Still haven't gotten the Flinger off past any of the saves. But artillery on monsters still is a cool thing. See if we can kill some things now. Alright, here we are, end of Spiders, bottom of turn 2. We went in to the Prosecutors, we killed 1 guy. Went into the Reclusians, did nothing. Them wards came in hot. Took 12 wounds back and almost died, except we had a pretty decent roll on our saves. Still holding the fort down in the middle with 1 wound left. These Spider Riders killed people. These Spider Riders killed people. And we actually ended up completing our objective. Our battle tactic number 2 for Relentless Energy. Invasive Species. Fitting. Because we controlled all 3 objectives that are within enemy territory. And then we used our last command point to bring back 5 Spider Riders from our dead unit. One of our mini dead units. And that puts us to 30-28. Spiders are up. For a turn roll up for 3. We got a 4. We got a 2. I don't know what to do. There's new addition. Here we are, top of turn 3. Took the double turn for the spiders because we figured our 2 big spiders would die. So we're going for it. No battle tactics for me. Into the shooting phase. Did some shooting with our crooked bows and stuff. You redeployed over here. These guys still did a little bit of damage.
No, I can't. I couldn't have. Yeah, I'm going to have to take away his damage. I'll get my command point back. Can't redeploy and...
cover fire. Got it.
Unless you can run it charge.
Good point, good point. All right, great.
So I forgot I redeployed them.
Here we go. Over here, these guys shot some of those guys, killed 1. The returned unit's moving over there. We're just, we sent in the extremely wounded war party into there, and his shooting actually killed the Reclusian, which is more than this guy did the whole last turn. And we're just try and bite everything. But we're out of our moon phase, our favorable moon phase, so we're not doing 5s for mortals right now, and we failed our spell to try and do things. So, we're just hope. Hope is the tactic. Alright, here we are, end of turn, top of turn 3 for the spiders, double turn there. We didn't do nearly what we thought we'd do or wanted to do. We lost our skitter strand, not skitter strand, we lost our war party over here because we had to pick, attack with one or the other. This guy did nothing, but he's still alive, so I guess that's okay. We killed a couple guys here, and then did our pile-in Gloomspite Horde ability. We killed all but 1 over here. And right here, the story was we killed him, then he used his trait or whatever.
Yeah, his artifact or whatever it is for, it's called Legendary Tenacity.
Yes.
Heroic trait, 3+, return with D3 wounds.
Yep. So he survived and slapped back and killed 2 more spiders. And we're gonna bring back 1 unit of 5 Spider Riders, and that's the end of the turn. We scored 10 points somehow. 40 to 28. Stormcast, bottom of turn 3.
Of turn 3, shooting phase. I shot with my Vigilors into this guy with an all-out attack, killed him to the wound, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Damage, which freed up my Prosecutors, which are finest hour, to shoot this spider, which killed him, and now freed up my Reclusians
to the wound as well.
To the wound as well. Kind of a wild chain of events, but
I all defensed in hopes that maybe I would just tie up the Reclusians that, you know, but now those 5 Spider Riders are basically dead. Well, we'll see.
we shall.
Yeah. Charge phase.
End of turn 3 for Stormcast. Had an eventful shooting phase. May have clawed myself back into the game, but it's still close. I'm still behind, and there's still a lot of little spiders around. I haven't had the ability or the luxury to succeed on any battle tactics this turn. It's just impossible. I didn't have enough units on the table and enough in combat to retreat and then do the charge thing. I needed everybody that was in combat. And my other battle tactic would have been have no enemy units in friendly territory. I got 2 giant spider units in my territory. So, just went for the throat and killed as many things as possible and tried to protect my last remaining hero. And I think it was a worthwhile turn. Hopefully, I can get a double turn out of this and maybe push into a win here, maybe.
You used an ability?
I used this banner on this objective to remove control from his control of it, basically. So just in case, it would make a lot more sense in a battle plan that had like control more than your opponent. But I thought it was a worthwhile opportunity, and with my Azyros thought being on death's door, it was wild getting off.
Yeah. 1 Spider Rider survived. The Reclusians somehow.
Miraculously.
4 wounds on the shrine. Here we go. Roll off for turn 4.
Oh no.
Oh, spiders. Live. So fight another day, so we're going to have to take that. See what happens. End of top of turn 4 for spiders. We retreated this guy out. He survived somehow. One of his guys died on the way out. We tried retreating a single spider out here and to get our battle tactic, and he died. So this guy had to survive, and he did. We made a charge over here and piled in. Was able to get the objective back, so we own this objective and this one. Reclusians redeployed after my other guy died retreating onto the center objective, denying me the holding 3 objectives portion. So we score 13 points on that turn, putting us to 53 to 36 going into bottom of turn 4.
Yeah.
Stormcast. And we're wailing away on each other's pieces of terrain features.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Is the movement phase?
Top of turn 4.
Top.
Bottom of turn 4.
Bottom 4. A lot of movement going on. Plans within plans. Hopes within hopes.
Dreams within plans?
No dreams.
No.
Only hope. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than things shifted and there was a redeploy.
Yeah, I redeployed, but his unit's not within 1 inch of the obscuring all of it. So I was hoping that I was outside of 9 inches, but it would have been half range for his units, and I would have ended up outside of 9. But this one guy right here is not within 1 inch of the obscuring terrain, so I did not measure that beforehand. Just looked at it. So, and these guys are just going to die because 3d6 charge, so we didn't redeploy them.
End of bottom of 4. No battle tactics were scored. Tried the hardest. Rolled a giant 14-inch charge and spiked high on the damage to kill this large brick of spider riders. Healed 1 wound from his banner or lantern on himself. Made the charge over here, but it wasn't enough to get on that objective. Whiffed on the shooting on this guy. Couldn't kill him. Something for a long ball charge to be able to, even longer than 14. I know I was shooting for the moon there to get further in. I didn't get any damage off onto the main unit for my +1 to hit, so it forced me to all-out attack. which is fine. It's the end of the turn.
And then
And
you had your 3+ to agree to move them again.
I rolled a 2,
Which is disappointing.
which is disappointing. I would have taken this objective. I would have rolled it right.
It still gives you 10 points for the turn, moving you 46 to 53, and the 5th turn roll off. Spiders have 2.
3.
There you go. You wanna look at that?
I'll have to look at battle
Makes
tactics.
sense. Okay, here we are. End of Spider's turn, and then we talked out. It would have been the Stormcast turn. What I did was I rallied my little Spider Riders here, ran them into obscuring so I couldn't get covered fired. Tried shooting him and attacking him, but got countercharged by them, and then they killed him. So the idea was to maybe, because I still controlled that objective, and he rallied to take that objective. So I wasn't going to get the 3 for the battle plan, like own that one, and that one. So I was trying to take the center and kill him. They died after the countercharge there. Survived with 1 wound. Brought back 5 guys over here to take this objective back. So that scored me this objective and that objective.
I failed my 3 up to move them again.
Yep, which would have
Prevented that.
And then on your turn, you score the max 15.
Yeah.
We both ended up at 61 victory points. Both ended up with 3 battle tactics. And then
Upon further investigation, found out that that's just a draw.
it's just a straight draw. So draw for the first.
What a way to start.
Yeah, what a way to start the new GHB edition season. So
Feels like an addition.
yeah, it feels like an addition. Thoughts and comments on that?
Fun times.
I think the major change for me is the not having to pick a battle tactic and think about all that.
That's nice.
That's huge. Speeds up the game, I think. And I don't, just don't have to think about it. But we each only got 3 battle tactics, and
Not for lack of trying either.
yeah. So tell us what you guys think about the different battle tactic cards, and I think a lot of games you're gonna make games hard on yourself by building a list that you haven't thought about the battle tactic cards, because you're gonna be bottlenecked. You have 2 options for each turn if you don't get past those. So the counterplay is gonna be big brain, I think.